Alright folks, what is up? One Big Bugga coming at you, Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, we're in a decent spot. We're staying in the positive. We have an upgraded truck. And our driver is recovering. And of course this is all thanks to not having the hard mod on. So, we went between this, and they both pretty much go to the exact same place. Versus this, which I really don't want to deal, because, like I said, all this extra 1,000, slightly less than 1,000 euros covers is the ferry. So do I want a 3-ton helicopter or the 15-ton Artemis? So I'd honestly like to take the 15-ton Artemis because the trailer looks more fun to pull than the little helicopter. Not to say I won't tow the helicopter someday. It gets to a point where I'd rather tow a different trailer than tow for the value. So that's what I'm looking at, really. Let's try and get inside the truck here. Yeah. Take the brake off, which I always forget. No high beams. A little bit more volume in my ears is a good thing. Oh, and it's in the fun garage, too. We love when they're in the fun garage. Right. I figured the helicopter would probably be here as well. And it looks like it is. Back up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Yep, helicopter's here as well. But we're taking the Artemis, call it what you will, which is actually a good thing because it's on the outside, which means it's going to be easier to move because we're not going to have to pull it out past the trailer that's there, which would be the helicopter if we did that. Bad back end, but it's okay. Now, like I said, we're not going to put the axle down again. I don't see a need to. It's only a 15-ton trailer, and I'm not going to worry about extra axle. Oh, dear God. Let me out. Please. Let me out. Let me out. That's right. Me out. Fortunately, even though the trailer that we're towing has a lot more wheels, I didn't hit anything. Very hard. It's alright. We're just going to avoid the speeding tickets. I do get impatient when the traffic gets like that because I have sat. I don't know how many of you actually play this game, but I have plenty of times, and I believe I've mentioned this before, sat at an intersection for 10, even 20 minutes waiting to go, and the game just, just keeps throwing cars. And it just keeps throwing cars and more cars and more cars, and Eventually, you just kind of looking at it like it's unrealistic at this point. You know, the law of averages even would say somebody would stop and let you go. Now, I find it really interesting that, I think I mentioned this before too, but I still find it very interesting that the axle that lifts on the truck is the very back axle rather than the mid axle. The reasoning for this is it does make the truck a little more tendency to be unstable because you have that extra area back there, but you don't have the stability. And on a extended chassis, the forward wheel isn't where the forward back wheel isn't where the back wheel would be on a standard 4x2 chassis. So you have more instability. Usually if you're going to have a lift wheel truck, the axle is going to be the mid axle, you know, which is very commonplace. You see a lot of trucks, they have a mid axle lift, and the mid axle will even have just one set of tires and not be a dually. So I find this setup very interesting. I don't ever remember seeing it before, if I'm to be honest with you. You know, I was like, we just came off a bridge. There's probably a speed cam around here. I thought of it too late. I'm not going to let it get me down. You know, I've got enough things to worry about as it is right now. And that's the darn truth of it all. I've been having financial issues. The account that I had my PayPal linked to will no longer accept PayPal. So I can't get my deposits from PayPal. Wanted to put it onto my wife's account because she has a bank account. And it was rejected because, well, I suppose there's still an outside chance that something will show up. But it's already too late because I already, removed the account. They said that because it's not her, which I really wish she didn't mention. I wish she was mentioning that she wanted to link her PayPal account and just let it ride, but what is what is. So I can no longer get my PayPal money onto a card that I can use outside of PayPal. And so that's $20 that I needed, that I was going to be using for gas, that I can't use. So, yeah. I got more things to worry about than a speeding ticket in this game. Just saying. Such as not hitting the guardrail would be a good one to not worry about. But I really do want to watch out for speed cameras. So one speeding ticket, one accident. That's it. The rest of the run, no more speeding tickets, no more accidents. Even then, we just barely grazed the guy. And all we wanted to do was pull out. Don't go there. Hi. Stopped in the middle of the... Whoa! Okay. Game's testing me. No accidents, huh? Take this. I'm telling you, this game's sentient, man. It knows. As first I find a truck pulling out of a gas station going incredibly slow because of another car. And if that's not bad enough, then we get two cars inexplicably stopped in the middle of the highway. That has never happened before in all the hours that I've put into this game, and I've put like 400 hours into this. And then when I go to move to the inside lane to just go around him, one of the cars pulls into the inside lane. And it could have been much worse. It honestly could have been much worse. But still, that was just... I've never seen that before. Both scenarios, I don't think I've ever run into that before. I know the speed limit says 120. I'd rather not risk it. I'd rather just slow down some and then rebuild the momentum if I can. That's all. Oh, that was the first big load lag I've had. That was fairly significant load lag there. Again, I don't think the load lag translates into the videos at all. But either way, it still wasn't as bad as it could have been. I should probably clean my computer again, but I don't really have to until the beginning of next month. Because I haven't really cleaned it. I mean, I cleaned it really towards the end of last month. So I'm okay letting it go a little bit. Having a rough time in Eve today, man. There's just nothing going on in Eve. In terms of sites, like exploration and combat sites, there's hardly anything. I usually make between 150 and 200 million a day. High end can be 400 million. And today there's just crap. You see, what happens is these sites spawn, whether they could be combat or exploration sites, that people don't want to do. Oh, well, they're not worth doing. Well, yeah, roughly that you have a much greater chance of getting junk, crap, and even nothing, as opposed to getting something good. But here's the problem. In Eve, if you don't run those sites, your constellation... Where'd that hard corner come from all of a sudden? Okay, let's not do that again. I was saying, in Eve, if your constellation, and your constellation consists of, you know, several systems, if your constellation reaches a certain amount of spawns, it stops spawning and won't spawn anymore until those sites are done, yeah. Well, people see these sites, some, you know, give you some examples. If you don't know them, it's fine, but usually fleet staging, Dread Garista fleet staging points, Garista bases, most drone sites spawn. One of them I know of is just as, you know, the only one I can remember off the top of my head is Independence. But these sites, people don't run them because, oh, well, they're not worth running. But they last up to a week before they'll despawn, and the system will spawn another one somewhere else. So you end up stagnating the pool. And right now, where I am, get two systems, yeah, I want to pass you, but I won't because of that corner. Get 2 systems with like 6 sites each in it. That's 12 sites. That's pretty much the cap as far as I know. So what that says to me is, nothing else is going to spawn, and nothing else really has been spawning. Very, very, very little. And the only reason things are spawning is because people who are not part of the alliance or where we live, we call them neutrals or hostiles, depending on where they stand. Why am I going to do that? I'm just turning up here. Come through and run the data and relic sites. Really? So what the hell am I supposed to do? I hate this. I've run into this before. I need to go this way. I need to get here. So my only option is to go this way all the way to here, through here, here, and then all the way down here. It's my only option. Now, like I've said before, I don't know if these are stagnant sites in the game. What the hell's going on with my truck that it's acting like that? I don't know if these are stagnant sites in the game, or in the map, or if they pop up randomly, but they really don't belong here. And if anyone from Truck Sim sees this, and this is a Truck Sim doing, stop it. Take them out. If they're from the guys that make the game originally, stop it. Take them out. Because you're making things worse. Okay, the game's not fun when you have to do this. That's the whole point behind the game, is to be fun. If this was a rush job, I'd be screwed right now. I'd be royally, monumentally screwed. Because I wouldn't make it in time. And I don't think a map mod should screw me over. It's just wrong. It's just big time wrong. I'm sorry. But at least my sat nav has picked up on the road for me, so I don't have to check too often. I was wondering if this car was going to make it past me. It should have, but it didn't. And not only am I wasting time going this way in the delivery itself, I'm wasting gas and I'm wasting stamina having to do this as well. And that, to me, is purely wrong in every way. Wish I could just blow past you, but I know better. I'm gonna have to follow you. I don't know why some days I feel much better and much more confident driving, and some days, like, my truck is squirrely as hell right now. Could it be from not having the rear axle down for better balance with a 15-ton trailer? I don't know. I think we should be fine on 15 tons without the rear axle down. Again, like I said, at least the game picked up on the new direction rather than me having to try and map this out on my own until it does. Really? You just come past me like that? Well, here's a surprise for you. That was a bit dangerous. I didn't realize the hill, to be honest. I knew the stop was coming up, but I figured I had more than enough momentum to roll by that dude, so I didn't have to be behind him in case he decides to turn this way for any reason. He didn't, though. He went the other way. Still. I'm just really annoyed right now with this, that I have to go this far out of my way and waste all this time to do this. I've been playing more Heroes of the Storm despite the lag, and it does lag. It is still not optimized. But again, technical alpha. And well, actually, it just moved into closed beta. It just moved into closed beta, so... No, that's cool and all, but still, it's beta and it's closed beta. So there is that. And I find some problems with it in terms of the daily quests. You get daily quests which give you gold bonuses to work towards your gold total to be able to unlock other heroes. Well, the problem behind that I see is what I've run into. You can get daily quests that you can't do, and you have no way of trying to swap them for something else. See, like in Hearthstone, if you get a daily quest, you can cancel the daily quest and it'll replace it with another one. You know, so if you get something you don't like, you have the option to change it. Well, you can't do that in Heroes of the Storm. So I have a daily quest that says complete 3 or win 3 games with a specialist. I don't have a specialist champion unlocked. I only have 2 unlocked plus the freebies. And then it says, another daily quest I have says complete 2 games with Diablo. I don't have Diablo unlocked, so I can't do that. And Diablo was just unlocked. He was just free, so he's probably not going to be unlocked for a while. This is not good. It's really not good. Because I've got 500 gold worth of quests, daily quests, that I can't complete because I don't have the needed champions unlocked. you know? And it definitely tends to want to push you towards unlocking certain champions even if you don't want to. And I don't fully agree with that personally. Like, I went over and looked at all the different classes. So do I have, so what it's going to come down to is, do I have a range character unlocked? Do I have a fighter unlocked? Do I have an assassin unlocked? Do I have a specialist unlocked? Do I have a support unlocked? So that I can at least cover all of these, Watching well ahead on the road. Going to attempt a double pass here. Should be easy because he's slowing down for the corner. And we're good. Do we need to rest yet? No. Don't need fuel right now either. Oh boy, a train. I was saying that means... yep. But we get lucky and the train bars go up before we get there. So we're able to keep some momentum at least. Uh-oh. We're on a downhill. We got a ton of momentum. We're fine. So, anyways, where's the daily quest thing for Heroes of the Storm is good, it's obviously not very good. To me, there are issues for it. Whereas in League, right, we'll use the most popular mobile out there versus this new up and coming. In League, you get a daily first win of the day, which in short means, I want to get ahead of these guys too. Which in short means it doesn't matter who you play, you still get the bonus. But it's a flat bonus. Whereas with Heroes of the Storm, their quests have different values depending on what they are. Some quests take a little bit more to accomplish, so you get a better bonus out of it. So it's a little bit of give and take, but I really don't like the fact that they're going to be locked behind a wall if you don't have a certain champion. You got to wait for that kind of champion to become available. And one problem I have with these big MOBAs here is the in-game currency. For like League, it's IP. For Heroes of the Storm, it's gold. The problem behind this is it's only useful for so long. You see, in League, I actually got to the point after, and I would hope so after playing it for almost 4 years, where I had nothing else to buy. I'd just save up for the next champion to come out and buy that. And the pros out there that stream and all that and that get all this IP, man, you've seen they've got these huge collections of IP. They got nothing to spend it on. And again, I think that's something that needs that really should be attended to. There should be something that you can spend your IP on other than just unlocking the champions. Old skins, basic skins, even just recolors. You know, even just a different color combination would work in my eyes, you know? Because what do you do when your IP just becomes pointless? Well, it's not entirely pointless. Like I said in League, I could unlock the next champion that came out every time with IP, so it did serve some purpose, but then I would just have so much, you know? I really don't play League now anymore. My nephew uses my account because I have all the champions unlocked, and I have a lot of skins unlocked. Older skins now, because obviously I haven't kept up in a while. So... And in truth, I don't want to keep up either. Hello, speed camera. I are not speeding. I should probably start thinking about finding a place to rest. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to pass this dude, because can't see around this corner well enough. And can't do it here because it's solid white. That sucks. I didn't see anything. Now I do. He braked for no reason. Like I said, man, this game's sentient. It tried to force an accident. What am I towing anyways? Oh! Anti-air guns. Okay. I mean, I know what the name was, but I didn't know what the actual object was. I didn't stop to think or look. So... Yep, I need to start thinking about a place to rest. I need to start thinking about a gas station. Great. Oh, nope. This is gonna suck. Nope. We did it. I honestly feel a little bad about that pass. It should have never happened. But enough's enough following that guy. I like to get out here and cruise. Ooh. Ooh, okay. We're a little less stable than I thought. That's something to keep in mind. We're a little less stable than I thought we'd be, because there was a bit of tilt going into those corners where the truck would have gone over had I not corrected the steering. Oh joy. I have to follow these guys. Lovely. Why are you turning so slowly? Please tell me there's a rest stop around here at some point. Because we're headed for red very, very soon. I can't afford this. Bit of a risk, but it paid off. Because we don't know. These guys could just turn up here as well. And I can't afford to have that happen right now. Right. Rest stop, where are you? Oh, dear God, no! There's nothing! There's nothing! Till here! There's no way! I gotta pull in here. I have got to go at this point. We need speed. Well, maybe not on this corner particularly, but we need speed nonetheless. This is not helping. Get out of the way. God damn it, I knew it. And I knew that was going to happen too. It happened before, why shouldn't it happen now? There was no way that I would ever imagine that there wouldn't be a rest stop for this long. This is just ridiculous at how far a rest stop is on this part of the trip. The game's usually really good. Even the map mod is usually really good at giving a rest stop, but this no can. We're getting past this. No, we're not. Damn it. I tried to fishtail the trailer away from him. The game's in that mode, and I'm not blaming it for the accident that I got into. I knew that was going to happen, but I went for it anyways. The game's in that mode where it gives you just enough clear road to want to pass, but not enough to actually pass. Nope. God, this is aggravating. Oops, too far. I have a feeling we're going to start getting docked. Because here's the corner I need, finally. I'd have made it if it weren't for these trucks. This is just stupid. Now watch, these roads don't even turn. Come on, light. Come on. Whatever. I mean, I still got a chance to make it. But I don't want to get a speeding ticket either. Speaking of the devil. Now, it looks like the only place to rest here is actually... Oh no, there's a hotel. If I continue straight here on this outside path, I can take to that hotel right there. And I'm going to have to avoid hopefully getting docked. I'm going to have to do something a little... Well, I haven't been being very nice to begin with, so... Damn you, I'm right here! Because of how small these are, as I mentioned before, they just won't take the trailer. Well, at least we only got hit once. And I suppose that's worth something. Still, not a very good start. 2 accidents, a speeding ticket. So that's 9, 10, 1,400 off so far already. Yeah, that's not very good. Plus, we're going to have to fuel. So, not a very good start to this run. Not at all. But, I've had worse. And like I said, I'm not really going to let me down. It's just really frustrating that it took that long to find a rest point, and I had to go off my path to do it. Game usually doesn't do that, so between that and having to take that detour, man, not good at all. But still, hopefully the next part will be better. You know, I'll take a look at the map real quick, see how far along we are. We've come quite a distance. If you keep in mind, we were like up here, and we've made it here. So, there's an outside chance that we could make it, but I don't think so. I think we're going to end up in and around here, in around this Lozano area. We'll see. We'll see. But that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've been enjoying bringing it to you. Until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugger. I'm going to be signing out, and I'll see you then.